we're taking you on a German beer tour across Munich, and there's only one word you'll need to know.
Prost. Prost. Weißbier. Prost.
We'll sample a lot of beers: helles, dunkles, and Weißbier. Plus, we'll visit the Oktoberfest Museum, try some Bavarian food, and visit Munich's most famed beer hall. It's going to get loud and it's going to get rowdy, but that's just a Monday night in Munich for you.
Prost. Prost.
Alright guys, so greetings from Munich. It is evening, the sun is starting to go down, and we are about to take you guys out for a Bavarian beer and food tour.
Yeah, our appetite is mighty. We're thirsty too, and so we can't wait to go around and see all the different places that we can try some delicious food.
Yeah, so for this activity, we've teamed up with Viator. They're a booking platform, and that's where we found this particular foodie and beer tour. And I'm pretty excited because we have been drinking a lot of beer in the city, but we have yet to visit one of their famous beer halls. So this is going to be a really fun experience, 3.5 hours with a guide, a fun group. And yeah, let's see what kind of food and beverage we find.
Totally can't wait.
Okay, so this is beer count number 1 on the tour. We are starting with a helles. It is a very light beer. We just met up with our guide and the rest of the group.
Well, isn't that a great way to start things off?
With the beer in a parking lot.
In the parking lot.
I like it.
Everyone doing a Prost together.
Prost.
Getting to know each other. Oh, I finished it.
They finished it.
Like most others.
I'm halfway through mine.
Yeah, but it was great. We got to find out where everyone was from. We've got some people from Denmark in the Lederhosen. Their full Oktoberfest attire.
Yes. Yeah. And I learned something new. You're allowed to drink your beer on the streets here in Germany.
Yeah, it's an open carry.
Open carry law. We don't have that in Canada, so that's different.
We're not so lucky in Canada with that.
But we can't take it on the train, so I kind of have to finish it or leave it. So I'm working on it.
You're working on it. There you go.
Change here, U3, U6.
Beer tour. Hey, yo, James. How you doing? I'm all right. Cheers.
Okay, so we just took the train to Marienplatz.
Yeah.
And
just 2 stops.
2 stops. We are following the group.
Yes.
I forgot. What did he say we're doing?
We're going to the Oktoberfest Museum.
Ah, okay.
And then beer halls.
Beer
and then more. And then I think we're eventually finishing off the tour in the final beer hall. And it's kind of like after what, 3 or 4 hours together, he's like, you're on your own now. The night is young. You can do as you wish.
Our first stop of the night was the Beer and Oktoberfest Museum, located in Munich's oldest townhouse, which dates back to 1340. We did a fun beer tasting here, sampling 3 different types of beer.
What do we have here?
People keep their personal steins under lock and key.
Wow, that's amazing. Look at that. Watch your head.
So guys, and what is gonna
Prost.
So yeah, Prost.
Prost.
We started off with the helles, which is a pale lager. This beer was definitely right up my alley. Some salted pretzels also appeared as a nice little snack. Next we tried a Dunkles, which is a dark beer. A Munich Dunkel is characterized by its low bitterness, malty flavor, and dark color, which can range from amber to a dark reddish-brown. Sam really enjoyed this one. And now we've moved on to the Dunkles. You can see the color. Nice, a hint of brown there. So cheers, here we go.
Which one do you like the most so far?
I'm a light beer drinker. I think we've figured out that much.
And I'm not. So obviously I like the darker one. So complete opposite preferences, but we're both having a good time so far.
And the last beer we tried at this place was the Weißbier, which is a wheat beer. This one had some surprising banana notes and proved to be another favorite, the wheat beer.
Weißbier. Apparently it's full of electrolytes. What you have in the morning.
And it was the royal family's beer.
That's right. And that might be the lightest of them all.
Ooh, I like this. This is right up my alley. Okay, we found something that works.
They call it the German, or the Bavarian electrolyte. So one of the things I'm loving the most so far about the tour is just the casual nature of everything. Everyone's joking, everyone's mingling, everyone's having a good time. And yeah, the night's just begun. Wait till we get to the later rounds of this.
After sampling those 3 beers, we visited the Oktoberfest Museum. Here we learned about the origins of Oktoberfest, which date back to 1810, when a horse race was held to celebrate the wedding of Crown Prince Ludwig and Princess Therese of Saxony-Hildburghausen. The citizens of Munich were invited to attend the festivities held on the fields in front of the city gates. The event proved to be very popular and was repeated again a year later, and then eventually carnival booths, games, and other attractions were added to the mix. And so, what started out as the celebration of a royal wedding turned into one of the biggest parties in the world. After visiting the museum, it was time to go down the famous medieval staircase, which extends from the attic all the way to the ground floor in one single unbroken line. Just watch your head if you're on the taller side.
The good times, they continue.
So this is our 3rd stop of the night,
Yeah.
but 5th beer. We're starting to lose track here, but we are at Hofbräuhaus, and our group's already going in.
They're going in, it's lively, so we better
At
follow.
a table. Now about the food. We mentioned this tour we booked through Viator was a Bavarian food and beer tour, and this is the part where we got to sample some new to us foods. Included in the experience was the brewhouse cold platter featuring smoked meat, liver cheese, pickled vegetables, mountain cheese, Bavarian cheese, dark bread, a pretzel, and lard. I know some of these foods may sound a bit unusual, but trust me, they taste even better than they sound. Plus, the beer kept flowing. I went for the Weißbier, which is the wheat beer I mentioned earlier. The fruity banana flavors won me over. You just finished? What beer was it by?
The 6th, I'm pretty sure it's the 6th. 5th or 6th, for
Okay,
sure.
yeah. There's been a lot of beer on this Bavarian beer tour. We can guarantee that much.
Yeah.
And we are now walking towards our final brewery of the night. We're going to finish off at the most famous one of them all, the Hofbräuhaus.
Yeah, I can't wait to go there. It should be extremely festive. The last place we were in had a really nice, cozy environment. And we had a chance to kind of sit down and just chat with a lot of people who are on the tour, and very social, like so many social opportunities with this tour.
Flashing the light at us. This is what vlogging in public is like. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you were talking about it being cozy. That's the word we learned today at the start of the tour. Gemütlichkeit.
Yes.
That's cozy feeling.
Yes,
Right?
You do not drink your beer until everyone has theirs.
Yes.
Apparently, it's extremely rude to have it early. And when you're doing your Prost, you look everyone in the eye.
In the eye.
The other thing we learned too was the origin of the city name was Munch, as in monk. So the city of the monks.
Apparently.
And they, apparently they were some of the first brewers as well. So we are continuing that tradition, and we are going for more beer.
More beer coming up. Last but not least, we couldn't end this beer tour without visiting Munich's most famed beer hall of all. Hofbräuhaus started out as the royal brewery in the Kingdom of Bavaria, and it quickly became known for its Weißbier, which is brewed with a large proportion of wheat relative to the amount of malted barley. Now, I couldn't tell you if we actually got Weißbier at this place or the specially brewed Oktoberfest beer. All I know is that a 1-liter stein of beer showed up at the table and the festivities continued.
Prost! 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 We've been here in the main beer hall in Munich now for a couple hours. It's getting closer to midnight. The atmosphere here is like going to a sporting event, a birthday party, and a beer garden, of course, all rolled into one. There's chants, there's yelling, there's sometimes some breaking of glass. It's just so merry and festive in here. It just has that roar of a stadium, like you're going to a live soccer, a football, a baseball game. You hear the roar of the crowd, to be honest. Sometimes they'll be like pounding on the table, doing a song. The atmosphere is so electric, you have to come here to experience it. Even the way I've explained it doesn't do it justice. You have to be here to really understand what it's like to be in a festive German beer hall. Well, friends.
Hello. So we just finished that awesome Bavarian beer and food tour.
Yeah.
It must be close to midnight. We ended up hanging out with our group of fellow travelers at the Bräuhaus.
At the beer house.
Oh my gosh.
The beer hall.
We ended up, we just asked for beer and the guy brought the 1-liter steins of beer.
That's what's available when you go there.
That's what's available. You're getting 1 liter of beer.
I mean, if you're going on a beer tour in Germany, you're not going to be drinking little, you know. And prior to having that liter of beer, we had already had 5 or 6.
Not liters.
No, but beers. Tastes. So, I mean, incredible experience. I mean, what a great way to finish off the tour, because when you end up in the beer hall, it's by far the most festive. You're already kind of feeling a bit of a nice buzz. You've built up some rapport with your group and you're ready to have a good time.
Yeah.
And we sure did. I mean, we experienced songs, we experienced chants, we experienced music, we had great conversation. And of course, we were drinking beer and eating giant pretzels. Yeah.
So overall, an amazing experience. We'd highly recommend this tour. Once again, we booked through Viator. It was the Bavarian beer and food experience. And it was just so much fun. And
you make new friends. You get to walk around and feel like you're really a part of the city. You wouldn't figure out a tour like this on your own, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have done all these things tonight had we not joined this.
So now we are waiting to catch the train back to the hotel. We've got a 20-minute train ride ahead of us. And we'll be seeing you in the next video. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta, friends.